Have you ever rebooted your phone and it comes back on acting slightly radicalized? Like it has the same icons, the same cracked screen that you swear you're going to fix, but now your calculator app wants to know your voting history? That is what TikTok went through this week. We just watched the biggest digital platform in the world get new American owners, and on day two, it immediately broke. But it didn't break for cat videos. It didn't break for skincare routines. It broke because people were trying to talk about the fact that federal agents just shot a nurse in Minneapolis. Users tried to upload videos of the protests, and the new American TikTok basically said, "Ooh, sorry, we've placed your First Amendment rights in a holding pattern due to a cascading systems failure. Please enjoy this steady stream of AI slop instead." Now, yes, TikTok did claim that this was a generic power outage, but when the app glitches right after a Trump-aligned ownership deal goes through, and the glitch specifically silences outrage about a government shooting, people are going to get suspicious. It's like if a vegan bought a steakhouse and suddenly the grill broke for only the ribeyes. You're going to have some questions about the salad bar, to say the least. Welcome back to Raw America. My name is Michael St. Gregory. Make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell like it was your own dissenting opinion against the government, because this story is one part tech disaster, one part constitutional crisis, but 100% American made. Welcome to your new normal. We're going to be looking at the TikTok USDS joint venture, the deal that was supposed to save the app by making it American. Instead, it gave us a weekend where the For You page turned into the For Who page, and we think we know exactly for who it was trying to become. We're going to talk about Project Texas, the Oracle data center that allegedly tripped over a power cord, and why Gavin Newsom is currently trying to use California consumer protection law to fight an algorithm. To understand why everyone is losing their minds again on something else going on in this country, you have to understand that the deal just happened. On January 22nd, TikTok formally announced the TikTok USDS joint venture. This was the endgame of years of legal fighting. The idea was simple: move all American data to American servers, lock the doors, and throw away the key so that China can't see it. They called it Project Texas, which sounds like a Michael Bay-produced Netflix movie where The Rock fights a hurricane. In reality, it means moving everything to Oracle cloud servers. The pitch was, your data is safe in an American fortress. Well, it took exactly 48 hours for the fortress to collapse. According to WebPro News and The Verge, a power outage at a single Oracle data center in the US caused a cascading failure that wiped out upload capabilities for millions of users. The sovereign cloud that was supposed to protect us apparently didn't have a backup generator. That is not a fortress. That is a shed with a keep out sign taped on it. Now, a tech outage is annoying if you're trying to post something worthwhile. But this weekend, people weren't just trying to post their regular things. They were trying to document a tragedy. On January 24th, amidst protests in Minneapolis, federal agents shot and killed Alex Pretty, a 37-year-old ICU nurse. This was the second killing in 3 weeks following the death of Renee Good earlier in January. The city was exploding. Eyewitnesses were filming, and they turned to TikTok to share the footage because, let's be honest, that is where real breaking news ends up happening right now. But this time, the news hit a wall. The Guardian reported that users trying to upload videos of that incident found their posts stuck at 0 views or flagged as under review. And it wasn't just random users. Steve Vladeck, a law professor at Georgetown, a guy who is about as radical as a cardigan, posted on Blue Sky that his video analyzing the legal arguments for the ICE raids was held under review for 9 hours. 9 hours. In internet time, that is an eon. That is the difference between breaking news and historical archive. So you have a massive political event, and the one app that usually drives the conversation suddenly goes mute. If you're a conspiracy theorist, this is your Super Bowl. So what is TikTok's excuse? They claim it was just bad luck. CNBC reports that TikTok blamed the outage on technical issues, and they tied that to the Oracle power failure. They say that the under review flags were just the automated moderation system defaulting to safety mode because the human moderators couldn't access the dashboard. And look, as someone who has tried to use a printer in the last decade, I know technology fails, but the optics here are catastrophic. You have a new ownership group that includes Trump donors. You have a platform operating under a deal Trump publicly praised. And the moment there is bad news for the administration, the servers conveniently decide to take a nap. Sensor Tower data shows that in the 5 days since the deal closed, TikTok uninstalls in the US jumped by 150%. People aren't leaving because the app is broken. They're leaving because they think the app is compromised. They think Project Texas isn't a firewall for their privacy. They think it's a cage for their speech. And to be honest, the evidence is not showing them to be wrong. And this brings us to the state of California, where Governor Gavin Newsom saw this mess and said, "Hold my hair gel." Reuters reports that Newsom has launched an official review through the California Department of Justice. His tweet was blunt. It's time to investigate. He is probing whether this glitch violates state consumer laws by effectively defrauding users who expect a natural platform. And this is a huge escalation. Usually, politicians fight TikTok because they think it's Chinese spyware. Now Newsom is investigating it because he thinks it might be American state media. We have come full circle, everyone. We spent 5 years afraid that TikTok was a tool for the CCP, only to turn it into a tool for the GOP. That's not fixing the problem. That's just changing the logo on the boot. Wired noted that this investigation could force TikTok to release their internal moderation logs. And if those logs show that anti-ICE keywords were manually flagged, that's not a glitch. That is a scandal that makes Watergate look like a parking ticket. Here is the reality we are living in. We consolidated our entire public square into 3 apps. Then we handed the keys to those apps to billionaires and political operatives. And now we're surprised when the lights go out. Even if this was 100% a genuine power outage at an Oracle data center in Virginia, it doesn't matter because the trust is gone. When you mix profit, politics, and proprietary algorithms, technical difficulties will always look like censorship. So keep your eyes open. If your video gets stuck under review, don't just refresh the page. Check who owns the server. If your democracy depends on whether a short-form video successfully uploads, congratulations. We haven't built a public square. We built a casino, and the House controls the light switch. Thanks for watching Raw America. My name is Michael St. Gregory. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay vigilant. We'll see you next time.